guys! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Janine, and for today's video, we are going to talk about the basic things that we need to know about foundation. From knowing your undertone, choosing the right foundation, shopping for your foundation, and also what are the types of foundation that you should use depends on your skin type. Okay, just to let you know guys, hindi ko imbentuhin yung mga i-share ko sa inyo kasi nag-research ako. I asked a lot of experts, especially yung mga makeup artists. And ayun nga, nag-research ako. I've read a lot and based from my experience din. So, sobrang hassle, as in ang hassle maghanap ng foundation. It is very challenging, very hard, to the point na until now, hindi ko pa napahanap yung perfect foundation for myself. A lot of people are actually asking me ano yung foundation na gamit ko, what tools do I use, and all that stuff. And I tell them this. And you know what? Pag sinabi ko sa kanila yon, maybe it doesn't work for them. It works for me, but it doesn't work for you. Especially kapag nagsisimula ka pa lang, sobrang mapapaayaw ka, sabihin mo, bakit ko ba ito ginagawa? But girls, there would be times or events in your life that you will be using it, that you have to use it. And, you know, wala ka nang kawala dun. I'm not trying to scare you, pero this is what I experienced before. Sobrang, ang dami ko na-try, hindi ako na-satisfy. Ang daming nag-suggest sa akin na, ang dami kong pinagtanungan na mga girls na ang gaganda ng finish ng foundation sa mukha nila, pero nung tinry ko iba, it's totally different on my face and on her face. Sobrang, huh? Okay, we'll go straight to the point. I'll stop blabbering. So let's go to the first point of this video. First, you must know what is your undertone. There are three types of undertones. There's cool, there's warm, and there's neutral. So, paano nyo ba malalaman kung ano yung undertone nyo? So, tip number 1, from your jewelries. Basically, sa mga alahas na sinusuot nyo every single day. If you think your skin looks more vibrant with gold jewelries, you are maybe a warm undertone. If you see yourself wearing silver than gold, that means you might be a cool undertone. And if you think that your skin stands out with both jewelries like gold and silver, you might be a neutral undertone. Hey guys, so I'm not telling that this is true or this is actually accurate, pero na-notice ko na yon after kong malaman yung undertone ko. I don't know if you're convinced with the jewelry stuff, but if you're not, there's tip number 2. Okay, so check the color of your veins on your wrist. Here, can you see mine? It's obvious, diba? So they said if it's green, that means you are warm undertone. If it's purple, that means you are cool undertone. And if it's a mix of both, that means you are neutral undertone. But wait, this is still very tricky kasi meron akong mga napanood and nabasa na sabi nila hindi daw sila convinced on checking what is the color of the veins on your wrist. Kasi nung nagpa-consult sila, iba yung sinabing undertone nila. If you're still not satisfied with tip number 1 and tip number 2, there's tip number 3. My last resort was I went to Sephora to ask someone, an expert or a beauty consultant, about my undertone. So, they're very good at it kasi titignan lang nila yung mukha mo, alam na nila kung ano yung undertone mo. Especially sa MAC, when you go to any MAC stores or Bobbi Brown, they will know what is your undertone. You know, there's no harm going to Sephora or any makeup store just to ask what is your undertone kung hindi kayo masyadong convinced sa mga tip ko kanina. I mean, diba? Or if nagpapaderma kayo, malamang sinabi na sa inyo ng dermatologist nyo what is your undertone. So, that is better. Okay, so let's go to point number 2. Okay, so like what I said earlier, finding the right shade is quite challenging, hard, and tricky. But girl, don't be scared kasi since alam mo na yung point number 1, which is knowing what is your undertone, it will be very easy for you to know what is the right shade. Okay, so tip number 1, when you go to the foundation section of the makeup store, it's like sobrang clueless ka, diba? Kasi you will see the bottle, it's so light, you will see the bottle, it's so dark, you were like, ano ba dito? Ang dami nila, sobrang dami nila, especially now, there are brands that has 20 shades of foundation. So, you will choose your category from cool, warm, and neutral undertone. So, usually yung mga brands na yan, sineseparate nila per undertone. Nakalagay na doon sa ilalim ng bottle nila if it's warm, neutral, and light. Something like that. It's not specifically like cool, neutral, and warm undertone, but you will see like there's yellow, there's warm. Iba-iba sila eh. Pero, yellow is warm, cool is light, and then neutral is like natural, something like that. Okay, so ayun na, alam mo na kung ano yung category mo. So from 20,000 shades of foundation, you're down to 5,000, which is, hello, very easy. Diba? Hello, from 20,000 naging 5,000 na lang. Minus 15. Dali! And then from 5, I will choose what is the closest to my skin. So, girls, tip number 2, do not depend on what's outside the bottle because whatever is outside the bottle is different from what's inside the bottle. Now have 5 foundations and you feel like there's only 3 that matches your skin, pwedeng dito nyo lang muna sila i-swatch kasi mamimili ka pa lang naman sa leme. So you have to have top 3. Tip number 3 is, so if you're down to 3, from 5 to 3, that's the time you will swatch the shades on your cheek down to your neck. Na-swatch na yung tatlo dito. For example, meron ka ng tatlo dyan, ganyan. Whatever product that you put on your face, tapos nag-fade, that means that is your shade. Okay? Pag hindi nyo na nakita yung product, for example, nilagay nyo siya dyan, tapos binlend-blend nyo ng ganyan, that means it is your shade. But if you blend it like, when you put it here and you blend it like, it doesn't match your real skin, that's a no-no. Don't trust the lights inside the store. The struggle is real, girl, so alam nila yan. So when you go out, just to check if it's the right shade on the natural light, it's okay. So when you want to check on the natural light, of course, usually ang ginagawa natin, snatch our mirror and then look at it like this. So, check mo siyang ganyan. That's a no-no. Tip number 4, don't put the mirror close to your face because it doesn't show the real color, or it's very hard for you to, differentiate what is the right shade kasi feeling mo pag malapit siya, lahat match. So, what you want to do is you go backwards a bit and then check from afar, not close, afar. Okay? If you're not really satisfied and you're not confident to buy that foundation, there's no harm getting a tester, girl, tapos iuwi mo. Also, girls, I've seen videos of girls who pump the foundation inside the jar and then they will bring it home and then they will try it like for the whole day if it's really good on their skin. Actually, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think so it's wrong. It's a tester and you just want to try it at home just before you spend money on it, diba? So, hindi yung basta na lang kayo bumili ng mamahaling foundation or kahit mura pa yan, binili mo pa rin yan. Pero, tumasik yung lawi ko. Binili mo pa rin yan, diba? So, nagsayang ka pa rin ng pera. Paano pag hindi nag-match? Super dark niya. Yun ang mahirap gawin. But, if you already bought it and you feel like it's okay, but it's a bit lighter than what you're aiming for, it's okay. Tip number 5, you can always get a compact foundation or powder foundation, loose powder, whatever foundation is that, as long as it's not liquid. You can get that and get the one shade darker than the foundation that you already have. So, yun. I-set nyo lang siya with that powder and all that, and you're good to go. If dark naman yung nabili nyo, super dark naman, what you can do is mix it with a moisturizer. If it's dark, you can mix it with a moisturizer na white, hindi ibang kulay, white lang. Just mix it with that and it will be lighter. So, yeah. We are now down to point number 4. There are 5 common types that I know of foundation. So, the first type of foundation is stick foundation. Usually, high-end brands yung naglalabas ng mga ganitong types of foundation. Okay, so it's easier if you have oily skin. It's very easy to apply and very flawless yung finish niya kapag ka meron kang natural oil yung face mo. Stick foundations are not good for dry skin because it can accentuate the dryness of your skin. Number 2 is liquid foundation, which is the common one. Liquid foundation is basically used by a combination skin, dry skin, oily skin. Like actually, match siya sa tatlong categories na yon. Kasi if you have dry skin, you can use the dewy finish. If you are combination, you can use the satin finish. Or if you are oily, you can use the matte finish. So number 3 is powder foundation, which is the one that I'm talking about earlier. Powder foundation is also best for oily skin. I'm not telling that dry skin can't use powder foundation, but there is a specific tool that you can use just so the dryness of your skin doesn't really show. So, kailangan mong gumamit ng brush. You can't use sponge with that. So, if you have oily skin, is it okay to use a sponge? Yes, it is okay because what we normally do with the foundation or the powder foundation, we just pat it like this. Usually, ginagamit lang natin siya kapag ka, kapag ka, what do you call that? For retouch and all that. But for me, yeah, that's what I do. I use the powder foundation to retouch and I just pat it like that. I don't scrub it on my face because dry na yung skin ko. Hindi ko siya ilalagay sa buong mukha ko. Number 4 is cushion. So, cushion is usually used by Koreans, but medyo sikat na siya all over the place because lahat na ng brands, halos lahat na ng brands na medyo sikat, meron ng ganito. I noticed that this cushion foundation works especially to those who have very flawless skin, yung walang bumps, walang pimples, yung perfect, yung ganon, yung masarap ganunin yung mukha, yung ganon. I have Korean colleagues, so I just, every time I see their makeup, if I ask them what foundation they are using, all of them will say that they're using cushions. Napapatulala ako kasi, bakit nung ako bumili ako ng cushion, hindi naman ganun. Number 5 is cream foundation. Usually, it's in a pot or it's in a compact din, pero medyo, yung cream type siya and then powder finish, something like that. It is usually used by those who have a normal to dry skin. It is known to be a hydrating foundation. It has better coverage for dry to normal skin because it's moisturizing. So, pag oily ka, medyo oily din yung kalalabasan ng finish niya. But if you're dry skin or normal skin, it looks moisturizing on your face. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching and I hope you find this video informative. And I hope you learned something kahit papano, especially to those who are just starting with makeup. I hope meron kayo natutunan. If you learned something from this video, don't forget to share it with your friends, especially dun sa mga medyo nahihirapan din maghanap ng foundation or they don't have any idea about it. Feel free to share this video. If you have any requests, like what I always say, don't hesitate to put them on the comment box below and I will try my best to film it as soon as I can. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye!